No Indonesia visa required for citizens of 45 countries. The Indonesian government recently announced citizens of 45 countries no longer need a tourist visa to enter Indonesia. How does visa-free entry to Indonesia work? If you are a citizen of one of the countries listed below, arrive at one of the entry points below and proceed to passport control. You do not need to stop and purchase a separate visa on arrival, which is $35 USD. You just go straight to passport control and the officials will stamp your passport with an immigration stamp allowing you to stay in Indonesia for 30 days. You then proceed to baggage reclaim and then out into Indo. However, the visa-free scheme is only available at certain entry and exit points. You must enter and exit through any one of the following air or seaports. Your entry and exit points can be different from each other but must come from this list to make you eligible to get the Indonesian visa on arrival free of charge. If you want to enter or leave from anywhere else, then the usual fees will apply USD 35, but you must choose which, free or USD 35, at your entry point. Denpasar Bali Airport, Jakarta Surabaya Medan Batum Ski, Bintan Ski. Signage and information locally isn't great and immigration officials aren't warning travelers about the strict entry and exit gateway, so do be keenly aware of this information. Sharing with your fellow travelers too. Also be aware that the implementation of the new rules can be patchy with local immigration officials, so be patient if you run into difficulties. Visitors with a visa-free stamp will not be permitted to leave Indonesia from any exit point not listed above, so make sure to buy a USD 35 visa if your plans require you to leave from somewhere else. There are already reports from travelers that if you try to exit from a non-designated exit point, you will not only be refused, but you will have to travel domestically to a designated exit point to leave the country. It's bureaucracy gone mad. How to get your visa-free entry to Indonesia? Make sure your country is one of the 45 countries that Indonesia is offering this visa to. List below. Ensure your passport has at least 6 months validity. Make sure you have one free page for the visa stamp. Don't leave your boarding card on the plane. Immigration officials are likely to want to see it now that they are no longer asking for an arrival card to be completed. Bring a printout of your return flight. Rarely asked for, but you never know. Check that your entry and exit points match up with the above list. If they don't match, you need to buy a visa on arrival, so you'll need to join the visa on arrival queue before immigration and pay for your visa there. Go to passport control in the immigration hall. If you have a visa-free stamp in your passport, you cannot extend your time in Indonesia. You'll need to leave the country through one of the entry/exit points. If before you arrive in Indonesia you think there's a good chance you will want to stay longer than 30 days, get a visa on arrival for $35 and then you can extend that. If you're planning a trip to Indonesia, you may find how much money do I need for Bali and how much money do I need for Indonesia helpful. Top 10 tips for female travelers to Bali is also popular. Countries eligible for Indonesia visa-free travel: Austria, Bahrain, Brunei, Belgium, Canada, Cambodia, Chile, Czech Republic, China, Denmark, Ecuador, Finland, France, Germany, Hong Kong, Hungary, Italy, Japan, Kuwait.